Hi everyone, I'm Philip. Now when you shoot on the streets, you want to have a simple camera and a small lens. You also want a lightweight setup. With the Leica M, you have your rangefinder. Now when you're looking through the window here, you have your focusing patch, which is an easy to understand and get used to focusing technique. All you have to do is adjust the focusing ring on your lens. Now, below the frame lines in your rangefinder, you have the light meter. So while you're looking through the rangefinder window, you have your shutter speed dial here. And with your index finger, you can easily manipulate the shutter speed, all while composing your image. So that shows the great design of the Leica M. Now, that's how you shoot. But when you go out into the city, what are you intending to shoot? So there's three main types of street photography. This is the most common type, where we sit in a location. We either find a good piece of architecture with good lighting and good shadows, or we just find a scene that looks interesting, minus the architecture, and it has the good lighting and good shadows. Then we wait for a person to walk through the scene. No special person, just an everyday sort. And we either get full details of the person or just a silhouette. Obviously, these are the kind of photographs you see all the time on Instagram. And they're good photographs because of the lighting and shadow and the location where they were taken. So street portraits can overlap this form. New York City and Venice Beach are good places to find interesting characters. Now, in a regular city, perhaps where you live, you're not going to find so many interesting characters, so you'll just have to wait until one comes by, or you walk around and eventually you'll find someone, hopefully that day. Lighting and shadow, also the backdrop and the scene, don't play a role in this form of photography. All you're looking for is an interesting subject. So this is the most challenging form, to combine interesting location with an interesting person. It takes time. I'd say traveling and patience is helpful here. You could find the right backdrop in New York City, Paris, or Venice Beach. And in these locations, you're bound to find a interesting person because they are such populated locations. But of course, once you find that interesting backdrop, you do have to wait, for that right person to come through the frame lines. And that's how you combine both of those two forms of street photography. And these photographs will be some of your favorite photographs that you get. Unfortunately, I haven't really accomplished this yet. I'm more in the line of finding an interesting location and then waiting for a person to come into the frame. And these are fun photographs to take. But as I say, in order to get that interesting person also in the location that you find, does take patience. So when you're out, you'll have three ways of shooting. You're going to have zone focusing, which will allow you to shoot from the hip. And then you'll also have your live view. And then you're going to have of course, your rangefinder window. Now, shooting from the hip, utilizing the zone focusing technique, that comes in handy if you want to be real discreet. Now, live view is helpful if you want to shoot something real low, or you want to put your camera higher and it just doesn't work to shoot using the rangefinder window. But the most satisfying is to use the rangefinder and look through it. And while you do, you wait for your subject to enter the frame lines, and then you press the shutter button when they're in that exact spot that you want them in. Of course, having the ability to zone focus and shoot from the hip and have live view are two tools that you'll be happy you have along with the rangefinder while you're out in the city.